only accounts, not smart contracts. Okay, that was a bug. And the commons simulated project link leads to a blank page issue. It's also resolved. Yeah, other than that, issues I still have open right now are the testing strategy that's ongoing with Lauren. And the email is not being sent on live, it's on staging user testing now. I was working with Mitch on this, and I guess you can give an update on that. I think it's very close to fixed, or I believe it was even fixed also. And yeah, I think that's it from me. So I will pass it over maybe to Mitch. If you want to update about this email stuff, it would be interesting to see if we got there with the fixes we made.
Yeah, it looks like the fixes that were sent to staging worked. Still, people can test it, like if they receive the right email when their project gets donated to, and when they donate to a project, that the email comes through correctly as it should. Tested it yesterday and it looks like it works. So I think that's it. I published the guidelines for testers to the Giveth docs. And so maybe if James and Merlin want to have a look at that, that's the document that Lauren created. If there's any fixes, we can fix it. I added the track call for the update profile on Segment. So that's there. I haven't really started using it yet, but at least we're tracking stuff when users update their profile. And then apart from that, I don't have any other issues. Everything's sitting and testing right now. So I will give it to Merlin.
Yes. So my updates. Matteo merged fix about the gas price, and I'm not sure it's on staging for now, but it should be in no time. And also I merged a first create project test, but I think that Kai faced an edge case on Safari, didn't remember, and I didn't have the time to look at it today, but I will check that. And I faced a new issue with Cypress, but I think it's related to another module, another package we use, and because it seems like to be a common issue with Cypress, and so I'll try to fix that, but I'm not sure if we move to Next.js, if it will change something. And it's really weird because it was working, and I think I pulled something like the Quill package. I pulled something from the develop, and there was this Quill package added, and then the tests were broken, and it's totally broke for now. So I'll try to fix that. Also, I have a question about because I wanted to change the FAQ wording. I used. Let me show my screen. I think it's easier to. Up. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here I put a new text on Contentful, and it should be linked to the website, Giveth website. So I update is Giveth recognized la, and sorry, it should change this text.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I changed. Yeah.
It will only update once it's rebuilt. So if just saying if nobody rebuilt the website.
Yeah, okay, get it. Because I told yeah, Lauren, it's okay because it was marked like published, and I thought it will take like a few minutes to update, but now it's like it was yesterday and there's nothing. So okay, get it. So we need to rebuild on. Yeah,
a good place to check is your local, because that will always fetch the newest info and content or dev, I guess. But you know, your local, you can decide when to rebuild.
Yeah. Okay.
And this might be a thing that changes next as well. Nice.
We'll see. So okay, that's cool, and that's it for me. I will try to solve this issue, which is really annoying for Cypress to continue to provide some tests and tackle some issues I faced on the website. I think I have some. I'm assigned to some GitHub issues. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it. Who's next?
I can go. It makes me glad that people are using our shared accounts. So thank you for wondering, and actually like changing stuff in Contentful. That's very cool. Also, sorry for finding that edge case like yesterday of all times, directly after your long-sitting PR was emerged. I was like deciding to, hey, why do I never develop on Safari? Like Safari is such a modern and interesting browser. And then we found that because it has no Web3 provider, it like hit on an edge case in the test. But the rest of the stuff works. But I also think we're only testing when it's in develop. But like everything works on Safari. Great, actually the actual site. As for what I did, I did a few little visual things, you know, for mobile mainly. There were like footer stuff was wrong, and there were 1 or 2 issues about alignments. Nothing too wild. The support chat widget like was running. I did say that last week, but it was in the sprint. I would love for Marco to, and I started this discussion with the comms team, but that goes into the next sprint. Apart from doing next stuff, I would really like to tackle the support page. That I think we need a support page.
Yeah, I created an issue for that already.
Cool. I'm also done, so you can. I think I'm done. Yeah, you can go with your update.
I don't know. I've been working on many stuff, so I'm just checking the board. I don't have anything in sprint backlog. I have stuff that is completed and is in progress. I guess someone needs to take it from there. And yeah, I totally forgot that this sprint is over today. And we're actually setting up a new one. So that's cool.
It was over yesterday.
Well, actually, yeah. Well.
That's okay. This is an exceptional week. I mean, it's very strange things happening, really. It's like, yeah. I mean, I actually thought about it a couple of days ago, like, should I do what Marco normally does and prompt everybody to mark things, right, for this? I feel like that there's stuff in the sprint backlog for the next sprint that was not completed in the last sprint already. And if we take this, plus we take the 3 box, plus testing on the new Next.js, I mean, obviously that's the priority, right? So we go through the new Next.js version and identify those bugs, fix those bugs, plus 3 box, plus what's in the sprint backlog right now, plus whatever anyone strongly feels right now that needs to be in the next sprint, I guess. It's my suggestion.
That was a hell lot of pluses, James.
It's a lot of work in it already, right? So I mean, like, let's get passionate. What do you want in here?
Yeah, so I have a suggestion as well. So we kick one of our development. Like a good thing we have staging dev and mainnet, so I think we can sacrifice something here for next. And so my suggestion would be to work on Next, and actually whatever is in the backlog or sprint backlog, do it on Next and not on Gatsby. But maybe that was your suggestion anyway.
No, you're right. So basically we move, like the sprint is on dev right now. We move the sprints to staging for user acceptance testing. And then we deploy Next on dev, and we fix and test and live happily ever after.
That's a good thing. Let me think. We don't really need to move anything also. If you're very comfortable, like if it's clearer that we use the same, because we are just talking about domain mapping here. Because one lives on Netlify, the other lives on Vercel, there is not really anything we would need to sacrifice. Right?
No, it's just a question of keeping our different sprints separately, right? So like our sprint that's just finished goes to staging for testing to go live.
Mm-hmm.
And the next sprint goes on to dev with Next.js.
All right. Then I just need, Mateo's credentials. Oh, well, yeah, well, I have to check out how to do Vercel, I guess, also, like in the ENB and stuff. But maybe we can, so either we take on your deployment that you have already and just move it and make it official. I have to look at the Giveth infrastructure. We might have an org on Vercel. So let me check all that out, and I will come up with a plan
to
move this.
It's so simple that you just have to connect the repo and click deploy, and that's it. So we can make it in any branch. It doesn't have to be the one that I uploaded. So
True.
What I was talking yesterday with James is that how hard would it be to make the whole repo Vercel friendly, because they also use the preview features for the pull request and the branches, and that's an awesome feature that we should keep like Netlify does. So is that possible to keep it in the same repo, or should we have to consider move it to another one?
I just want to jump in and say Vercel caused a lot of problems for the common form, and eventually we had to move back to Netlify. I don't know the details, but just before moving off of Netlify, it's worth some awareness there. Also,
how long ago was that, Griff?
That
was that recently, or that was like a year, or
last month?
This month, okay. Because I stopped using it also because I had so many problems with it, like about a year and a half ago. But Teo assures me that he knows what the hell's going on there. Or
well, I very much trust Mateo, but it would be silly for me not to say that it happened.
Yeah, totally.
I think that they have a really bad problem that if you don't do the mix between Next and Vercel, it tends to go to shit. Because let's say you have an application with only React or Gatsby or anything else, and you connect it to Vercel, it usually will have a lot of issues. That's my experience, so that would make sense. If the Commons build has something other than Next for framework, it's very probable that it's going to suck. So Netlify is also a good option because anyway it's another build. So yeah, we should have to make a pros and cons. I don't know.
I think what I think is a good idea is if we minimize the amount of work that needs to be done, in order to like test this Next.js app, right? In case there's some disaster, we need to let's not spend a lot of time on infrastructure and stuff.
So I have to hop, but I really wanted to comment on the 3-box issue and this investigation. Just the goal is to make sure that they are verifying either a Twitter account or some sort of verification that is connected to the address. So just because I didn't find an issue to add to is it issue 286? Is that the one?
I think the issue is quite old. I'm not sure.
Whichever issue it is, I would love it if someone would DM it to me so I can put in some thoughts and make sure that it achieves the goals of what we're trying to do.
which is basically like this address actually belongs to this project. They are not impersonating. That's the like, we want to just prevent impersonation with verified Twitter or of the address, you know, because otherwise I could just make a thing that says, hey, this is Save the Children, grab stuff off their website and say, donate to me, griff.8, save the children. So, okay, I have to run. Bye, guys.
I just wanted to double underline that we're not moving off Netlify because I never moved with any page of Netlify. I'm maybe stop using something, you know, or updating whatever, but there is no real need to move something off somewhere. But what would probably really make sense is to change repos. Maybe make a Giveth next repo and issues because you can do it. You can move issues between repositories. The front end, right? Like the impact graph. I would do say we are moving. Let's call it maybe next.giveth.io, and that's our dev environment for next.
So what will happen with the Gatsby repo? It'll just like decay, or it could be taken on by anybody.
It does not. It's digital. It's not decaying. Like unless somebody deletes it, yeah, it would look. Yeah. It would look a bit abandoned. So we can change the Giveth -2 to Giveth Gatsby, because seriously, this is also maybe some value. There is value in having it in one framework, and you know, if we don't want to maintain it, that's fine. But maybe somebody goes along and you know, like I don't like to throw stuff away. You should look in my closet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Why not? I mean, I had a brief moment of like, let's keep it in the same repo there, but like it does make total sense.
The same. Yeah, I'm the same. But on the other hand, don't even link to that repo really from anywhere. So I really think there's no real, you know, a stick with it, and we get the benefit of now that we have better structure with our development. We will end up with a new slate, a blank slate, a new workspace, so we can migrate issues one by one, and
we sounds like a lot of work. I just go ahead.
Sure. Just like no, but I can answer you. It definitely is work. Is it a lot of work? I don't think so, but it is definitely work.
I guess I just had basically, and I was wondering, like, is it easier if we fork Give2 and keep that code on the fork, and then just like commit next into the Give2? Because like I'm looking at the issues board in front of me right here, and which is connected to the Give2 repo, right? And like although it's nice to start again and things like this, I imagine that's going to be a pain, no? Like I'm not pushing it as a strong opinion either. I'm kind of just playing devil's advocate also, right?
We should maybe think about this a little. So if we find out something is connected to the repo, yeah.
I mean, what about it doesn't matter for source code and all this, right?
No, I just add a new repository to
just add a new repo. Cool. Well, I don't really care too much either way. I'm just the options with you guys.
It's an interesting idea with the form. I'm sure it's better.
I have a question. What's main is on moving to Versal and not keeping Netlify?
What's the question?